What is up, guys? DZ here, and today I want to try a new type of video. So just to give you a brief look at what my sort of video station looks like, I have just piles and piles of cards lying around, and many of these are deck ideas, and a lot of them don't get into videos because I'm missing one or two or three or four or five cards for them. I've started to slowly get through these piles as I've gotten paid for YouTube ads. For example, all of the ritual deck profiles that I did over the past couple months were all made because of YouTube ads and getting money from that to finish the decks that I wouldn't have finished otherwise. This particular one is one that I don't think I'm going to be finishing. It needs 2 card of Demise, and I don't really have any interest in playing the good Demise decks like Clifford or Yosenju or Gravekeepers, whatever. I really have no interest in playing those. I don't think they're very good. So I really don't want to drop $50 to $75 on 2 or 3 card of Demise just to do this deck profile. That's not really worth it to me. However, this deck, which is Trap Monsters, one of my all-time favorites, has been sitting in one of these piles for like over a month at this point. I put it together right when Millennium Pack came out, and then I tried to get a place at a card of Demise when they first came out for $30, but the guy fell through, never really had any interest to pick them up, and then they shopped the price. I didn't want to pick them up. I bought that Millennium box, didn't pull a single copy of Card of Demise, so it's still just been sitting there. But today I kind of wanted to just go through it, but still, it's just a deck concept, and that means there are the 2 missing Card of Demises in here. And also, I didn't put an extra deck for this together. It's pretty straightforward. It's going to be 1 rank 2, 1 rank 4, and then pretty much just all rank 5 and rank 7s. But mainly, I just kind of want to show you the deck list for Trap Monsters that I had going, just because it's kind of interesting. So anyway, let's get into it. Sorry for the super long introduction. So we're playing 3 Calculator. Still one of the main guys. It's really helpful for getting over big monsters, and it's a really good card to combo with Necro Valley. We're also playing 2 Gravekeepers Commandant. So Commandant's really powerful. I like him more than Terraforming in this deck because he can, in fact, be a monster. So if you card a Demise into Commandant when you already have Necro Valley, you can just summon the Commandant so that you don't have to discard it. Whereas with Terraforming, you would have to discard the card during the end phase. Then the last monster is this one Tsukiyomi. The Tsukiyomi interaction with Trap Monsters, that when you Tsukiyomi a Trap Monster, it goes face down in the back row again to reuse. That helps our Spider statue go off more and more. Just really cool combo. The other card that I was playing last time was like Cat of Ill Omen. Not a huge fan of that anymore with Card of Demise because you usually just see your traps anyway, but maybe that card's still worth playing. Other cards I consider playing are Wind Up Rabbit, but I don't know. I just don't want to draw hands with all monsters. You really just want to draw Trap Monsters. And then no hand traps because of the card Demise. For the spells, we're looking at 3 copies of Necro Valley. So Necro Valley is a fantastic floodgate right now. I don't know if it's the best floodgate right now. It's pretty close though. It stops a lot of the Monarch plays. It stops all the Cosmos ships from banishing themselves, as well as Call the Haunted. It stops pretty much the entire PK Fire deck. Just a really good card. We're also playing 3 copies of Pot of Duality. Pot of Duality is great in this deck. A lot of your hands really need a specific card. For example, if you drew all regular Trap Monsters, need to dig for that Spider statue, you can grab Spider statue off of Duality. If you drew all, let's say you drew no Trap Monsters, and with Duality you could grab like Card of Demise. It just gives you choice, and that's a lot. That's really what this deck needs, just choices. Yeah, talking's really hard. And then the 2 copies of Card of Demise. I really don't think this card is needed at 3 in this deck. I was testing 3 for a while, but I don't know, it's weird. You really don't want to open the Card of Demise. It's not as important in this deck as it is in other decks. Because you don't have like pendulum scales to play, and you don't have a lot of monsters. So a lot of times if you resolve Card of Demise on the first turn, you actually end up discarding 1 or 2 cards, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but it's not the best thing in the world. So I think 2 is fine. And then just 1 Upstart Goblin, just to dig for more cards. We're also playing as our last 3 cards, 1 Magic Planter, 1 Royal Tribute, and 1 Regeki. Regeki is good with Necro Valley, obviously. Magic Planter, because sometimes you just get stuck with a continuous trap card that you want to get rid of for 2 more cards. And then the Tribute is just like super sacky, so that's why we're playing that. So now for the traps, which is, I think, more than half the deck. It's more than half the deck. So we're playing 3 Statue of Anguish pattern, our Spider statue. That's basically the best trap monster in the game. 3 Stingray. This card's cool because level 5, so you can use it for rank 5s and stuff. I don't know. It's hard to get over for some decks, especially when you have Imperial Custom on the board. Then it makes it really hard to get over. 2 Cyber Shadow Gardener. So Cyber Shadow Gardener is like one of the better cards in trap monsters that I discovered. So basically, it's not really aggressive, but it sets itself every single turn. So you can Statue of Anguish pattern every single turn, which is cool. That just, a lot of decks, when you have like really your ideal opening, Cyber Shadow Gardener statue, and then Necro Valley, that's just really hard for a lot of decks to get over because the Necro Valley slows the game down, and then you're just taking out 1 card every single turn. You don't need to play 3 of it though, because drawing multiples isn't that good. Because like you can't really do anything with it. You can't like kill your opponent with it because it doesn't have any attack until they attack it. But still pretty important. We're also playing 2 Zone of the Spirit. The burn damage is super relevant because this deck sometimes takes a while to kill your opponent. So crashing into bigger monsters like the Monarchs or the Cosmo ships to do a ton of damage is super cool. We're also playing 2 Metal Reflect Slime. I played with this card at 1 for a really long time, but I think it's good at 2 right now just because it's so big. None of the Monarchs can run it over without a domain on the board. Lastly, we're just playing 1 of each of the Tikis. These cards, I don't think they're that great right now. They don't really do anything. They're kind of bricks. But they're level 4. That's kind of cool. I don't know. If you were going to bump 1 up to 2 copies, they'd probably bump the Curse up before I bumped this Soul. Just an idea, I guess. We're also playing 3 Imperial Custom. Back when I played this deck a while ago, you didn't need 3. But now that Twin Twisters exists, I think you definitely need 3 Imperial Custom. Because one of them is probably going to blow up. 2 Phoenix Chain. Phoenix Chain is really good against Monarchs. Like, really, really good against Monarchs. It's pretty good against PK Fire. It's okay against the Fire King Cosmo build. Pretty shitty against regular Cosmos, but you win some, you lose some. But yeah, they can't pop it when you have Phoenix, or when you have Imperial Custom on board, so it's a pretty good card. 2 Chaos Trap Hole, just to get rid of big monsters. It's really important to save the Chaos Trap Holes until your opponent summons something that you can't get over with Calculator or Statue. Generally speaking, you can get over most monsters, but the stuff that's really, really big, using Chaos Trap Hole at the right time is really important. Lastly, just 1 Starlight Road. I don't know how I feel about this card. I want to run Magic Deflector, but then it like turns off your own Necro Valley for a turn, and Necro Valley is like the win condition of this deck, kind of. So I think you can't really play Magic Deflector in this deck. I'd probably side Magic Deflector if we're being honest, but Starlight Road is pretty good at stop for like Twin Twisters and then other board wipes. But anyway, that was my concept deck profile for trap monsters. I know a lot of people got excited when I briefly mentioned it in my Millennium box opening, but then I didn't pull any card of Demise, so I couldn't profile it. But anyway, the extra deck is just mainly, you don't go into it a lot, but a couple rank 4s because you have 4 level 4 monsters, 1 Gustav Max for the Metal Reflect Slime, some rank 5s, some rank 7s, and then that's about it. And then 1 rank 2. If I was going to play rank 2 in this deck, probably played Aigusto Phoenix, honestly. But anyway, that was the Trap Monster deck concept profile. I'll check you guys later. Bye.